Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there in the first place? Or started telling a story and suddenly couldn't remember the name of the person you were talking about? It's little things like that. And when they keep happening, you might start to wonder, is my mind just not what it used to be? As we step into our 60s and beyond, our bodies change, and so does the brain. But here's the wonderful truth: growing older doesn't mean your mind has to slow down. There are people well into their 70s who remain sharp, witty, and full of life. What's their secret? It's not genetics. It's not magic. It's simple habits that anyone can do, starting today. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 powerful habits that can help keep your brain young. And I promise, these habits aren't complicated or exhausting. They're gentle, practical, and designed to fit your life at this stage. No pills, no pressure, just small actions that make a big difference. Let's begin with something simple yet deeply important: gentle daily movement. Now, I'm not saying you need to hit the gym or run marathons. Just walking around your home, doing some gardening, sweeping the floor, or standing up and stretching every 30 minutes, it all helps. Moving your body helps increase blood flow to the brain, bringing it the oxygen and nutrients it needs to stay alert and focused. There was a study out of the University of British Columbia showing that older adults who walked briskly 3 times a week experienced growth in the part of the brain related to memory. They also felt better emotionally, slept more deeply, and had more mental energy. If you haven't moved much in a while, don't worry. Start small. A few extra steps inside the house, reaching for things on a shelf, even playing with your grandkids, every bit counts. The key isn't intensity, it's consistency. Now let's talk about the second habit: keeping your brain active. Your brain is like a muscle, it needs to be exercised or it'll start to shrink. After 60, if we stop learning new things, stop challenging ourselves, or isolate from conversation, our brain pathways can weaken. That's when memory gets fuzzy and thinking feels slower. But just 15 to 20 minutes of mental stimulation a day can make a world of difference. Read a book. Solve a puzzle. Learn a new song. Write in a journal. Even learning one new English word a day can help. Every small challenge helps create new connections in your brain, and those connections are what keep your mind sharp and alert. Try tying it into your routine. Read a page of a book with your morning tea. Jot down a few thoughts before bed. These simple habits will keep your mind alive and engaged. One gentleman once told me, learning something new at 65 made me feel young again. And he was right, because when the mind grows, so does the joy of living. We've explored 2 key habits already: gentle movement and brain activity. But there's still more to come, more simple changes that can truly refresh your mind and your spirit. Underscore 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 underscore. Once you start moving more and giving your brain new things to do, it's like opening the windows of a long-closed room. Suddenly, everything feels lighter, fresher, more awake. But there's another part of brain health we often forget: our social connections. You might have heard people say, the older you get, the lonelier you become. But that doesn't have to be true. Staying mentally sharp isn't just a solo effort, it's also about keeping your heart connected to others. Through conversations, laughter, companionship, even just knowing someone cares. When you talk to someone, listen to their story, or tell your own, your brain lights up. It recalls memories, organizes words, reads facial expressions. It's actually a full workout for your mind. And more importantly, it fills your spirit with warmth. That warmth, believe it or not, helps the brain stay young. If you live alone or don't get many visitors, try to reach out more often. Call an old friend. Say hello to your neighbor. Chat with the lady at the market or the man who sweeps your street. These moments of connection, no matter how small, can truly change the way your brain feels and works. You might also want to join a small group, maybe a walking club, a book circle, or a Tai Chi class. Being around others gives your brain new information, new voices, and new energy. And remember, being over 60 doesn't mean you can't make new friends. In fact, some of the best friendships begin later in life, when people value connection more deeply. Now let's talk about sleep, something that changes a lot after 60. You may have noticed it yourself, waking up earlier, struggling to fall back asleep, or tossing and turning at night. But sleep is vital for brain health. It's during sleep that the brain cleans itself, stores memories, and refreshes your emotional balance. Poor sleep leads to brain fog, forgetfulness, and even low mood. So how do we improve our sleep as we age? One tip is to create a bedtime routine. Dim the lights. Turn off screens. Listen to soft music or read a calming book. Even a warm bath or cup of herbal tea can help signal your body that it's time to rest. Try to sleep and wake at the same time every day, even on weekends. This trains your body's natural clock and helps your brain fall into a restful rhythm. And if you do wake up in the night, don't worry. Stay calm. Breathe deeply. Picture something peaceful, a quiet lake, a sunset, a happy memory. Your body will find its way back to sleep naturally. Sleep, social connection, mental stimulation, movement, these are the gentle pillars holding up a healthy brain. But there's still one more habit, perhaps the simplest of all, that ties it all together. Underscore 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 underscore. There's something so powerful, yet so often overlooked, when it comes to keeping your brain young, and that's your emotional health. Your feelings are like food for the brain. And this final habit is about feeding your mind something beautiful every day, a little dose of positivity. Think back to a day when you felt happy. Maybe you laughed with someone, or heard good news, or just sat outside and enjoyed the sunshine. On those days, everything seems easier, right? That's because a positive mindset boosts the parts of the brain responsible for memory, focus, and resilience. You don't need a big reason to feel better. Sometimes, it's just about noticing the little joys. A fresh breeze. A phone call. A good meal. Many people I know have started a small gratitude habit. Each morning or evening, they write down 3 things they're thankful for. It could be, I slept well, or the flowers are blooming, or I heard from my grandson today. These small moments, when gathered like pearls, brighten the whole mind. You can also try simple breathing or mindfulness. No need for fancy techniques. Just sit quietly for a minute, feel your breath, and be still. Let your thoughts pass like clouds in the sky. This gives your brain a moment to reset, especially when life feels overwhelming. And don't forget to laugh. Watch a funny clip. Reread an old joke. Share a silly memory. Laughter produces chemicals that literally energize the brain. People who laugh often tend to stay sharper because joy is like fuel for clarity. So there you have it, 5 simple habits that can help your brain stay young after 60. You don't need to do all of them at once. Just start with one. Maybe a short walk. Maybe a phone call. Maybe a thank you note. Each small step is a seed. And over time, those seeds grow into something beautiful. You might wonder, is it too late for me? But the brain is a remarkable thing. It never stops learning, never stops healing. All it needs is your attention, your kindness, and your willingness to try. When your brain is clear, your life feels brighter. You enjoy more. You remember more. You live more. So if this video helped you in any way, leave a comment and tell me about it. I'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to like and subscribe so we can stay connected. Here's to you, living well, thinking clearly, and shining bright at any age. underscore 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 underscore